Whereas the Accomack County School Board has convened a closed meeting on this date pursuant to an affirmative record vote in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and whereas section 2.1-3771D of the Virginia requires a certification by the school board that such closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now therefore be resolved that Accomack County School Board hereby certifies that, to the best of each member's knowledge, one, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed, and two, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened were heard, discussed, or considered.
Second. Thank you. Motion is second for the closed meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Please, after we're going to say the pledge, please stand for a moment of silence after the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. If you have not already, please silence your cell phones. May I ask the clerk to roll call?
Ms. Fidel,
Present.
Mr. Taylor,
Present.
Dr. Johnson, present. Mr. Neal,
Here.
Ms. Handy, Mr. Whitefer,
Here.
Ms. Bowman, here, Mr. White,
Present.
Ms. Turner,
Here.
Dr. Miller, present, and Daniel.
Is there a motion for the minutes?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the minutes for the 08/19/2025 meeting.
Second.
Thank you. Motion is second to approve the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And the resources update. We're going to let this move to approve the revision.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the readmission case number 09/02/2501 as presented. Second.
Okay, motion is second to approve the readmission case. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Madam Chair, I move that we move the personnel approval to later
Okay. And the second closed
session.
session. So, thank you. Motion is second to relocate the personnel list to the second closed session. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Policy updates.
So the policy updates for 9.2 are attached for review. Those won't be up for action until the next meeting, so we will let you review those, and if you have any questions, reach out to myself or Dr. Reed.
Human resources update.
This is his first time before you, so I just want to introduce Dr. Garrison to everybody. He is our new Human Resources Director, so welcome.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome, thank you. So, for Accomack County Public Schools, our personnel vacancy report, currently at the moment, we have 43 vacancies. After today, we will go down to 40 vacancies. Currently, for our instructional vacancies at our elementary school, we have 3 classroom teachers. We're developing a talent pool. When you see developing a talent pool, that simply means candidates are applying, they're being reviewed, and we're trying to get them hired as quickly as possible, but we must have the correct teachers and things that we need to fill in positions. So whenever you see developing a talent pool, that's letting you know things that are in the works, we're heavily, and then you also see where it says filling or interview as we go along. So the middle school, Acadia Middle School, we have 1 science teacher developing a talent pool. Acadia High School, we have, of course, we have an assistant principal, biology teacher, and then guidance secretary, we're currently interviewing, for that in the time. And then we have 2 SPED instructional assistants, where we're also developing talent pool. Cedar Elementary School, we have 2 students, support monitors we're currently interviewing for. And then we have everything elementary principal, developing talent pool, same thing for the assistant principal, the 2nd grade teacher, the permanent substitute, and the 2 cafeteria monitors. And then we have another elementary school, we have Pumpkin Elementary School. We're also developing a talent pool, music teacher, media specialist, the guidance secretary we are interviewing for, and then the 3 instructional assistants where we're also developing a talent pool. And in the middle, we're currently no. Then in high school, we have the bookkeeper, that is being filled to start getting paperwork. And then we have our nurse aid clinical, instructor filling as well. And then we have our 2 special aid instructional assistants where we're developing a talent pool. Developing elementary, media specialist, developing a talent pool, and the guidance counselor developing a talent pool. Same here in high school, we have no openings. For our facilities, vacancies, we have an HVAC technician where we're developing a talent pool, groundskeeper, and then the custodial is one of those continuous requisition will be open now for 3 months, and then it will close and be something continuous grant. So whenever you see continuous grant, you will see that going forward, that it will be open for a quarter, we'll close it, and then reopen it. That way it is it will pick up new traction in town. All right. Food service things. Food service manager, we have a town pool, food service worker, one of those again, continued requisitions that we have. The transportation, we have a bus and equipment, mechanic, which is being filled, the start date is headed, the paperwork, and the completion. And that is what we have.
There's questions about the groups.
I have 4 questions. So I had 6 in high school last year, that were the vacancies there.
Holy staff,
And,
yes.
similarly, I have 2 questions. This is your first meeting, so I'm gonna give grace, and I will let you know that you will be up in the middle because they're not questions that impact, my vote or my thoughts on tonight, okay? So I just look forward to that.
Thank you. English learner program handbook.
So you will see attached the English Learner Program Handbook. That is a handbook for staff in regards to how to handle EL situations. So that is for review. It's attached. If you guys want to review it, if you have any questions, you can get a hold of Ms. Ivera or myself, and we will be happy to answer any questions you have.
Is that a brand new document or we just updated?
Updated it.
Okay. Thank you. The MOU with the sheriff's office.
That is also up for, just for presentation, for your review. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We can provide the deadline and the
Okay, perfect. And the SOL report also.
I can certainly, I'll talk you through quick, the information. You do have, the state release final SOL report, so these are the final reports for the, state in terms of SOL performance scores. Yes, I don't know your screen. We can use the other report, please. The first thing to highlight is the overall pass rate within the division of 65.84. That puts us at a state rank of 92nd in the state. Then below, we did highlight how Accomack County Public Schools have been for the past 5 years, state ranking wise. Moving into elementary pass rate at the division level, we have taken a chance to look at the school at a smaller level, but to give you an idea, the pass rates are between 50 and 60 in reading. Some areas went down a little bit, some went up a little. Virginia Studies was 60% on both, and 56 and 59 science. So looking at this data, the first number is the most recent year, so third grade reading 51%, those 24 that we just finished. Last year, to give you an idea of the year previously, was at 54%. So the first number is from the most recent year, the second number is from the previous year. Moving into middle school pass rate, these rates are a little bit higher. You see higher 60s to 70%. Again, small fluctuations, a couple percentage points either way. Going through science continues to be a middle school concern with 59% this year, improvement from 56 is still very concern. High school levels, we see some stronger overall pass rates in algebra, geometry, reading, writing was a 67%, world history 1, there was a big drop this year that we're looking to figure out. And then biology is a 75% overall in that area. Looking at subgroup performance, the percentage point is how far away they are from the all students category. So you do see the special education students continue to really have a higher separation. So that's where we're looking to partner with Accomack and some other organizations to support our special education teachers. They see it trickles through disadvantaged, EL, Hispanic, and African American students with subgroup performance. Now, in Dr. Miller's presentation, she will provide you, or there is an additional Mr. Tunser, who is our new DDOT, has joined us. He put together a school level that also compares to the state report, much more sort of in-depth data. That if you go through that, have any questions, let me know. That he kind of put that together. We still want to throw everything at you that he's saying at this point. Any questions?
Thank you. I appreciate you putting that together. It's very digestible. It's going through.
Yeah, and I just say thank you as well for including the demographics. Really appreciate it.
Superintendent's report.
Okay, so I want to start out with, board updates, and then we will get to the 100-day report, which you see attached there. Just wanted to say that, we had a good opening day program. Heard some positive feedback on that. We were able, Dr. Amy and I kind of split the county in half for back to school and opening day. So, back to school night, I took the northern end, took the southern end, and then, for opening day today, I took the southern end and took the northern end. So it was good to get to interact with children and parents and teachers and principals. So, everything went really well, and we're happy with how things are going. People seem very happy with the direction. And so we are very happy about that. We had aerospace ribbon cutting, so I wanted to thank, Mr. Wither, Mr. White, Mr. Ms. Turner, and Dr. Johnson were there for that. And so, thank you to them for coming and supporting, and, our students did an excellent job there. It was good to see everybody, and they were shooting rockets off with the governor, and it was a good experience all around. I think it's gonna be an excellent addition to our school system. So, with that, we will move into the 100-day report. So you will see underneath superintendent report, we loaded the 100-day entry plan, and then we have the 100-day superintendent report that you can lay next to that. So it is laid out in the exact same format so that you can review that. I am just going to hit some high points because this is a long document. When you review it in its entirety, if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me. So we did complete, I did, individual meetings with all of the board members, and kind of got direction on, and thoughts on where the division should go, strengths and areas to work in. We did meet with each principal, and so, as I talked about it in my interview, we did 3 things that we're doing well, so we're proud of, 2 things of concern, and then 1 thing that would be an immediate help. And so some of those 1 things that would be immediate help, we were able to get handled for some of the schools, and so that was nice to be able to do that for them. We did do, Dr. Amy and I together did listening sessions with each of the high schools, Didn't get to Tangier yet, we had scheduled and it got canceled, due to weather, but we have rescheduled for September 26th, so we're gonna get out there in person too. And we did come up with some positives and some concerns from those as well, and those are listed. Moving down, you will see, community and business leaders, so I have had the chance to meet with a right good number of community leaders, different entities on the shore that are there to support our students, and to offer different programs for our students. So that has been amazing and wonderful, and everybody has been super supportive, of our students, our schools, and our staff. Moving down, you will see, assessing district operations. So the first one is academic performance. You'll see links there again is the report for the division SOL scores, as well as the report on individual school scores. Thank you, Mr. Tutzer and Dr. Aiden for putting that together. I do want to note that the graduation rates are not out yet. So those have not been released from the state. So as far as the overall accreditation, we don't have that yet. It'll be coming soon. And then when that does come out, I'll be sure to update you. So for budget and finance, we have, the audit committee has met. We met on August 12th. I have met with the county treasurer, in a one-to-one meeting, and, I've got him to let me know expectations and what we need to be providing, and we are working on that with Ms. Emily in the finance department. We updated the financial reports monthly for the school board, so I think that you have seen an increase in the amount of information you're getting, and that will continue to grow as we work through the new system. We are working on our carry forward analysis and tracking, and we will be reporting, so if you look at in the percent of the school year, we will be telling you we are this percent of the way through the school year, and we have used this percent of our budget, and that will go for each budget category as well. So we'll give you an overall of the budget in the school year, and then we'll break it down by each reporting category. All right, facilities. There has been a lot going on with facilities. The capital improvement plan with the carryover money, we were able to knock out a lot of projects, and so we are going to be updating that, and you will be getting an updated capital improvement plan for ACPS in October. So, Bonnie and I are working on that with Ms. Owen, and we will get that to you. Of course, the negotiations for the property on Route 13. In talking to our operations department, we found out that Tangier did not have a metal detector. And so we had a backup or a spare. We are getting that out to Tangier, because we are concerned about all of our students. And so we want to make sure that they're protected. School safety audits, they were due to BCJS by August 31st. Those have all been submitted for every single school. In looking through those, we discovered that we are not using the state template. So we are moving to using the state template. The reason for that is because our emergency responders, that's the template that the whole entire state is working from. And so to have a more standardized protocol so that people responding to any emergencies know exactly what to do. Excuse me. And then long-range planning for major infrastructure systems, HVAC, painting, roofing, septic. We have those all on this schedule, and so we are looking at updating those so as not to get hit all at once, having all of our HVAC systems go out or all of the boilers go out, or roofing is expensive, so replacing those over time instead of all at once. Standard response protocol, ID card badges. We did update the way that we respond to emergencies. We have trained all of the staff and administration in this. And what you will see right there is what we would do now. We did order the little cords that you see on the right there, because this is a new system. Those are cards that will fit in our ID badges. And so one side will be our ID badge, and then one side would be that card, so that in the case of an emergency, we're not always quite right on top of things because we're worried. And so that will give staff a reminder of exactly what they should do in an emergency situation. And since everybody has badges and everybody carries badges, that's why we look that way. All right, transportation and technology. We were able to purchase 2 of the activity buses. After I did not even put that on here, that situation was handled and we got all our students home safe. But we did want to work towards mitigating anything like that happening again, so we were able to purchase the 2 activity buses. We do have stop finder and transponder that we will put into place for this school year. Those are updating the routes for efficiency, capacity, and fiscal responsibility. So when we have buses that have, for instance, 12 students on them, that's maybe not the best use of our routes. So Mr. Reader has been working very hard on making those routes more efficient, and so we thank him for that. You will see linked here the ACPS fleet and location. So that is where all of our vehicles are at. And if we click on that, and open that up, you will see that we have, on our buses, we have 59 buses that are in regular circulation. We have 7 spare buses, 15 spare buses with AC, 7 spare without AC. All of the 59 buses that we have on the road do have AC. We are running 1 bus to Rivermont, and so that works out well. And then we have some activity buses. Currently, we have 3 Honda Pilots and 7 Honda HRVs. The price range on the Honda Pilots 43 to 44, and the HRVs were 27 to 28. What I did want to point out, and I'll bring it up later in the report, in regards to fiscal responsibility and being good stewards of the money that we are granted, is that we paid right at $100,000 in mileage in the 24-25 school year. So if you figure out the price of the SUVs, it comes out to right at $135,000. When staff and faculty are using our vehicles, we don't pay the mileage. So all of those vehicles will be paid for by a savings within 3 years. So that is a huge, those vehicles will last forever, Hondas. So that is gonna be a huge savings for us in the long run. And when we're talking about fiscal responsibility, $100,000 is a lot of money. We pay in mileage every year. And so that's what that is. We do have the cars and SUVs are at schools. You'll see there each school that they're at. No one vehicle is assigned to anybody. So the way that the vehicles work, the principals did ask for a vehicle at every school. So this wasn't something that we just randomly decided. The principals asked for a vehicle at each school. And so the keys for all vehicles are kept at the front desk. And there's a schedule there so that we can track usage. And Mr. Reader was kind enough to put that in place for us. And so if somebody needs a vehicle, then they check the vehicle out and they can take that vehicle and go to business. We do have the pilots. We use those. Ms. Iberia uses those to go out to camps with materials for our students. If we have teachers, a group of teachers that goes to a conference, they can use that. If you look at the bottom of the sheet, right now, you will see that we do have some cars that are currently being used for transport. So we have a car that is used, well, two cars and 2 SUVs that are used for Alta Reconnect, Exmoor, and Assalam. So we have 1 spare car that stays at the bus garage. And that is because the Tompkins Elementary did not get a vehicle assigned to them because I'm good from transportation department. So they can slide up and grab that car, but it's also available if we need to, if somebody else needs to check it out. We don't have enough vehicles on location. And we've had that a couple times where we have Like for instance, we have 3 vehicles at the school board office, and, you know, we have a whole bunch of people that are going all over the division, all day, every day, so it's just how whichever one is available, or whichever one suits our needs. So that is an update on our fleet. All right, we have 300 MX smart panels coming in. Those will be installed in September and October in all classrooms. So all of our teachers will have the smart panels in their classrooms. This speaks to the technology resources to support student learning. We are sending, I'm sure that you have heard the copy allotment concerns. Right now, there are no copy allotments. We are putting together a committee, so teachers and administrators and central office staff will work together to compensate for that. So everything is a give and take, right? And so when we're talking about teachers using our cars versus paying mileage, that's a trade-off. It works for us and because it's more fiscally responsible. Same thing with this is, so we are going to be sending Chromebooks back home with students grades 3 through 12. And so we will be doing assignments on that. That is in the superintendent memo. We are not scrapping paper pencil. We understand the importance of both modes of learning and teaching. So we will still have both. We are going to make sure that teachers have the copies they need, but we are trying to move towards more assignments that are on Chromebooks and assessments that are on Chromebooks. The reason being is that that's how we're assessed by the state. So when we take our SOL assessments, when we have a math test, they are not handed a worksheet to complete with a paper pencil. They have to learn to copy the problem from the computer onto a piece of paper and then work the problem. So we are very much using paper pencil. It's just a different manner of doing it because these are learned skills. And so that's kind of the direction we're going with that. So we will be doing the one-to-one Chromebook take-home for grades 3 through 12. And those rollouts have begun. They are getting them ready, and we will start handing those out September 8th. We moved from, when I first got here, we had 2 different email addresses for everybody. So we have moved everybody into one email address, and that is on the Google site because our students use Chromebooks, which is Google, and so we are all using Google. And so we have completely migrated over to that. That was a big undertaking, so thank you to Jack and his team for making sure that happened. And then the last thing in this section is streaming of the school board meetings. So we have started streaming, so you can into that. And so we want to thank a good chat and then our Ms. Daniel Clark for making sure that happens for us. It just keeps the public more informed, so we're happy about that. All right. Communication and transparency. There are some statistics here. Those statistics are a little bit old. They're as of 8/22. But if you look through there, you're going to see a large increase in our online presence and our views and our followers. I did publish the first superintendent memo on 8/11. The second one went out today. I would just like to say that we had 28,541 views of that memo on Facebook. And then we had 10,908 accounts reached that don't follow ACPS on Facebook. So we are reaching a lot of people with those memos. And so I'm glad that people are looking at that and I'm happy that I can get that information out to our public and keep them more informed. All right, we did do stakeholder surveys. So we did a staff survey, was sent out in August, as well as a community survey. We did have 256 responses on our staff survey, which is up. You can read the strengths and concerns there, and then the same thing for the community survey. We didn't get quite as many responses, but it was very nice to hear that parents feel that their students are safe in school. So. All right, phase 2. So this was supposed to be a 100-day report. we have been very busy and I have an awesome team with me. And so we have been able to move into phase 2 and some into phase 3. So our public information officer has been busy at work on our social media and website. We are posting everything to our current website. We should have the new website up and running, Danielle, correct me if I'm wrong, in about 8 to 12 weeks. So we will let you guys know when that happens and we'll give you first looks on that. We have put in the monthly superintendent memos, and originally I had said that I would be emailing the school board every Friday with an updated memo. That's a lot of emails to you guys, so if it's okay with you, we'll drop that back to bi-weekly. And so I will email you bi-weekly an update on the things that we've been doing, any challenges that we faced, and then the positive outcomes that we're seeing. We are going to do listening events each semester. Again, at the 3 high schools. If I hear feedback that isn't working, we can look at changing things. But for right now, we're going to have them at the 3 high schools. And so that will be just to gather feedback from teachers and community on how the school year is going, any challenges or opportunities that they might want to take. So we'll be scheduling those moving forward. For this year, we have developed the theme, We Are the Champions. People have taken that and it's really taken off. And so when we talk about unity and having a vision theme, that has really been an awesome thing to see. So we are using the universal design for instruction, for special education. We completed emergency scenario drills, like I had said before, for all campuses in conjunction with the local emergency response departments. Debbie Campbell, thank you. And then we are doing a professional development needs survey that will go out by the end of this week. So from that survey to staff, we will be developing a division professional development plan. That is a requirement for our division in code, so we will be getting that done. Dr. Garrison and I will be working on that. We will bring that for presentation in either November or December, I know later in December. All right. As far as academic and student support services, we talked about this previously, but we have put in the Comprehensive Instructional Program, the CIP, for data, for pacing guides, for common benchmarks. Master Connects goes along with that, with board assessment platform with banks of questions to choose from that are aligned. We do have the Eastern Aerospace Academy of the Eastern Shore. We have worked on reorganizing when we're talking about strengthening student support services. Some of the duties that people have are not aligned with the job descriptions and with who they report to. So we have worked on realigning some of that. Ms. Jordan has helped me with that quite a bit, and so we've just really been working on the structure of our central office and making sure that we are best positioned to provide students and staff what they need. We do have the Success Academy schedule. It is linked right there, and I did link that in my superintendent memo to the public so they can see those dates and where their students will be attending. And again, in thinking about fiscal responsibility, we did narrow that down some. We had schools that didn't have very many students in them. So all of our elementary students will be going to the Accomack, and our northern end will be going to our Arcadia High School for secondary. Southern end will be going to Manual Middle School, and we will be taking applications for those Saturday academies. And we will be staffing those and providing instruction. The goal this year is to provide direct instruction, not just handout worksheets, and have students complete them. So we will be monitoring that very closely. The other thing that we will be doing is a division technology plan, and again, that we should have that to you in December. Moving forward, it's something that the division needs, and we need to know where we're going without a plan. It's not really, it's just a wish. So we are gonna be working on that. I'll work with, Mr. Jack on that, and we'll be catching you soon. All right, phase 3. Addressing immediate changes. So when we're talking about addressing immediate challenges, we do have the copy allotment committee that we're going to be putting in place. They'll be meeting throughout the month of September. We will update you on that as we're going, so I'll have updates for you in the next school board meeting on where we are with that and what we're thinking. And then we do have division-wide pacing guides and division-wide benchmarks. So that will keep our entire division on the same page and working towards the same goals instructionally. And then the other big thing that we've done is the mileage payments versus the county vehicles. And so when we can eliminate that $100,000 in mileage and instead own the vehicles that people are traveling in, that helps us out much. Setting long-term goals and strategic direction. We will be this fall having a strategic plan committee to develop a new five-year strategic plan. If you look at our strategic plan currently, we have a lot of things, but we don't have a goal for academics. And so we are here for academics, and so we need to make that a priority, as we saw with the data presentation earlier. In addition, our goals, the goals that we have set are not what we call SMART goals. So they're not measurable and have a time frame attached to it. So we're going to be working on updating all those things. We don't want indefinite plans to stretch out. We want goals that we can meet in a set time frame so that we can meet those goals and set new ones to keep progressing. So we will have that ready. I will work with the planning committee and have that ready to present in March for approval in April for the next school year. We're also going to do a budget committee and a calendar committee. So we will be doing budget surveys for the staff and for the community, just to see where their goals are. I will be meeting, I will be asking you each to meet with me in pair of 2 or do it, just to get your ideas on budget priorities as we move into the budget season, so that we are developing the budget people have time, as well as the feedback from the community and staff. And then for the calendar committee, we will do a calendar survey. And so we will use that information and calendar committee to develop calendars jointly so that teachers have input on it as well. Underneath that, you'll just find some pictures from the first 100 days. And so you review that and have any questions, I'm happy to answer anything now. I have a lot of time, so feel free to review it and call me anytime.
Thank you. Thank you. I love a lot about this presentation, specificity, the breadth of topics that are covered, the specifics with regard to percentage increase and all, very, very helpful. Because it's the beginning of school, I don't want to bombard, with a lot of things. I do have a number of questions, and I've actually already emailed them, and I see some dark shade. There's one that I'd like to offer, and as far as the updates that come to the board, I'm just one individual. If you're asking, I would prefer weekly updates at the beginning of the school year, maybe the first 3 weeks or so. Beyond that, I can easily support us getting updates every 2 weeks, because I know that, when something's posted for on fire, that you would let us know. Yeah, just my 2 cents. With regard to the one item I do want to bring up here, because for me it's the most pressing. So we purchased, I think, actually 4 Honda CRVs, if I counted correctly, on that spreadsheet, and 5 other models. I don't recall the board approving $335 to purchase vehicles. So that concerned me. I may be the only person. I also want, so I actually would like to just let that rest for a moment, because that's a lot of money. I don't know why we chose Honda, is it their efficiency or mileage or whatever? I mean, I'm not mad at Honda, I'm just simply curious. I don't recall us having any input into a major purchase like that. I see some pros and cons around having vehicles in schools, because maybe there are 3 people that need cars for different vehicles, and we don't really, well, I'm not looking for a perfect solution, but there are a number of things that are rolling around my head about forming those out to schools. I like it, given the length of the shore, a number of pros and cons around that, come to my mind. And the final thing that I would say, is about the mileage things. I really back to the counties, particularly because what I heard was in about 3 years, given what we'll be saving on mileage, reimbursing or paying people for mileage, that in about 3 years we'll, break even for the purchase of these vehicles. I'm wondering, is using the county vehicle a requirement or is it an option for our teachers and staff?
So,
We just said it, and I missed it.
no, you're fine. We have requested that they use a county vehicle if it's available. Right now, we are paying, 70 cents a mile? Right at 70 cents a mile, which is well above what we pay for gas. And so we have asked staff to use county vehicles if they're available, in an effort to be more efficient and fiscally responsible. If a county vehicle is not available, then we will pay mileage.
And Ms. Carter, could you enlighten me, did the board approve spending $335,000 on 10 or 9 or 8 or 9 or 10 vehicles?
No, I really don't recall, but I also don't recall us,
Well, you answered my question.
I don't recall. I also don't recall us being aware that we were spending $100,000 in reimbursing employees for mileage. So,
Now, question.
yes, sir.
So, I understand about the mileage and use the vehicle, but also you should give them the option. Either use the state vehicle or you get paid half. That's what we do at our state department. If the government vehicle isn't available, you will get paid half, which is, for us, it's 35 cents. But, so that should be an option, for the person, just outright saying, no, because we might have more than one person going from that school at different times, so how is that gonna work into the situation? We can borrow a car from another school, so right there, you kind of saving and not saving. And we still got other people going at different times, but the person that checks out the vehicle, I would give them the option, either you get half for the mileage or you can have, use the government school vehicle. So that's what I'm like, all for that. That would determine, some may take, some may not, that we use the vehicle.
Ms. Carter,
Excuse me, Dr. Johnson, if you could just wait until everyone else has had a chance before you chime in again. I just would like to say thank you for the 100-day plan. It's very comprehensive. I think that says a lot about it. It's 9 pages long. You've been very busy. We appreciate I certainly do appreciate all your hard work, and I appreciate you, keeping an eye on our money and trying to be a good steward of our money so it goes further. And of course, the further it goes, the more we can help the children. So thank you. This is a tremendous amount of work that you have done in 3 months, and I am very appreciative. It is everything I hoped for and more. Thank you.
so you just spoke twice, but you held me up and wouldn't let me speak a
Excuse me,
second
Dr.
time.
Johnson, I was asked a question. Would anyone else have a comment about Dr. Warren's 100-day plan or question?
I guess I just want to say thank you as well. Appreciate the time you put into it and really the detail. And especially we're trying to watch the money we're spending, we're always focused on our students and our staff, and sure they have what they need. And I see from this plan, I think you're doing that and transparency, and I truly appreciate that. And again, we're starting this out. There's going to be tweaks, and things are going to have to be modified. And some things will be working great. Some things might have to be a little better, but I think it's a start. I think we're on the right track. And I thank you so much for this.
Anyone else? Dr. Johnson, would you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say that, with regard to saying, if you think that you don't recall us approving $100,000 in mileage, every time we get vouchers and mileage to individuals is on there. Then we haven't tallied it, but we have approved mileage. Piece by piece by piece, and we do that on an ongoing basis.
Thank you. Dr. Miller, anything else for your superintendent report?
No.
Okay, moving on to policy.
I do have a real quick question, sir. Now I'm thinking about what Dr. Johnson said. So I know we're working on our budget and our, the way we're presenting it, that's a good question on that. So will that be part of our, what we see as far as the amount of mileage and like that should be shown in there, which we never ever had before. So like you said, Dr. Johnson, once we go and look at each voucher and tally up ourselves, I think we're moving into would be a very benefit too, to see that we are good stewards of our county money, so.
If I can just to, so there was money in the budget for vehicles. It was, if we look at the buses that we have, let me pull that back up. So we have 59 buses that we're using, 7 for sped, and then we have 22 spare buses. And so there was money in the budget for vehicles, and that was in form of a bus. And so when we looked at the needs, that's where that came in.
So, if I understand this, so instead of purchasing buses, then
What bus?
one bus, or putting it in.
We got all these vehicles, and that's to.
Okay.
So it wasn't there, it was for a bus.
It's
But
reality,
when we looked at the needs assessment, that's,
it's your reality, basically.
I just wanted to.
Thank you. Moving on to action items, we have policy updates from our last meeting. Is there a motion to approve the policy updates?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the policy updates as presented.
Motion is second to approve the policy updates, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? May I ask the clerk for individual, votes?
Mr. Scarlett,
Yeah.
Mr. Taylor,
Approved.
Dr. Johnson,
I didn't get a chance to ask a question. Are we approving the committee policies, or is that the next one? Because if I'm following correctly, it's here twice. It's on 5.01, and I thought I heard we were gonna vote on that next meeting. Are we voting on?
So, the policies under 5.01 are new policies. The policies under 6.01 it's a group of policies, which you can do if you want to separate that out as to, pull those, you can say that you want to vote on those separately.
Give me just 1 second, I'm sorry. Yay.
Mr. Neal,
Yay.
Mr. Wyper,
Yeah.
Ms. Bowman,
Yes.
Mr. White,
Nay.
and Ms. Turner.
Yes. Okay. Motion carries. Next up is committee appointments. So, we're gonna give these, I've talked to a few of you all, if you all call me that I think I've shared with you, we're gonna try these policy committees out and see how we like to work on. And if it's not working out, we can always go back to our old schedule. But I think this is what other boards do. It's very efficient, and we would understand topics in a much more deeper sense. So, with that, I would like to nominate Mr. Taylor, Dr. Johnson, and Mr. Weber for the budget committee.
That is my background, so
Okay,
I'm not trying to be rude, I can't do anything.
there is a motion and a second, for those three individuals to be on the budget committee. All in favor?
Aye.
Next up is the policy committee. I'd like to nominate, Ms. Bowman, Mr. White, and Mr. Slidell for the policy committee.
Second.
Motion is second for, those three to be on the policy committee. All in favor?
Aye. For the discipline committee would be Ms. Handy, Mr. Neal, and Ms. Turner.
Which committee?
Discipline.
Second.
There is a motion and a second for Ms. Handy, Mr. Neal, and myself to be on the discipline committee. All in favor?
Aye.
Question?
Did you bring it for some?
Question?
Yes.
The last three motions never had a name. It was all yea, it was never asked
Well, I'll
for.
read it. Okay, you want to do it individually?
When you done it, you did it individually, you never asked if there are any names, you all said, oh, yes,
Okay,
no.
all right. Is anyone opposed to Mr. Taylor, Dr. Johnson, Mr. Weber, on the budget committee? Opposed? And no one, is anyone opposed? Is anyone opposed to Ms. Bowman, Mr. White, Mr. Spidell on the policy committee? Anyone opposed? Anyone? Is anyone opposed to Ms. Handy, Mr. Neal, myself on the discipline committee?
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Mr. Slidell?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Dr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Neal?
Yes.
Mr. Whiteheart?
Yes.
Ms. Bowman?
Yes.
Mr. White?
Name,
And Ms. Turner?
Yes. So these meetings will take place at least once a month, the week before the school board meeting, and so we will amend our.
So what we would need to do is, my recommendation would be to have the discipline committee the Monday of the week prior to the board meeting at 5:30. The finance would be the week prior to the meeting on Tuesday at 5:30, and the policy would be Wednesday the week prior at 5:30 at the Plum Elementary. So the committee meetings are open to the public. They will have announcements just like the school board meeting, and have your three committee members. Just remember that on the discipline committee, it is noted that the decisions for the discipline committee have to be unanimous, or it comes to the board, the complete board for a vote. So anybody can attend these meetings.
There's minutes.
For the discipline committee, I did talk to our attorney today. Anybody can attend, but once we go into closed session, it would be the committee, just the committee members, and that is because if there is a split vote that's coming to the entire board, you need to not have heard information prior, you need to just be part of the appeal, if that makes sense. So that would be my recommendation, is that we set those all Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday prior to the school board meeting week. And then we would, amend the school board meeting calendar to take out the work session, and add these committee meetings. What we will do is when we get to budget season, we'll have a budget work session, and it will be specifically a budget work session. And we will have a public hearing on the budget, so that the community can have input into that. And the public hearing for the budget will be attached to a school board meeting. It'll be the hour prior to the school board meeting.
Mr. Conlon,
Yes.
I'm glad you're doing what Dr. Wood just said, so it's going to be, you want to see anybody.
Just in having the business meeting with everyone. Because I believe that's the idea that we're putting in.
Yes.
So,
So busy next week, we have a meeting.
Sorry.
So next week, we have a meeting.
If we have committee meetings, we would need to get them posted tomorrow. I would think that this would be our overlap month, so that we have this meeting, kind of set everything up. We could get our first committee meetings in, and then have the school board meeting. And then we'll change the agenda for the school board meeting, so, in presentations, it will read, it'll read policy committee update. And so whoever is voted as the chair of that committee will update the board, and it's very brief. So there'll be one for each committee. The discipline committee will only meet if there are discipline cases. The policy committee will only meet if there are new policies. The policy committee, for a while, will meet every month, because we have a lot of policies to rectify. We are out of compliance with code for several policies. But once we get that straightened out, then it will only be when there's new policies that come in from the SBA. The finance committee will meet every month. So then you just need a motion to,
Madam Chair, I move that we, go ahead and amend the calendar.
there's a motion and a second to amend our school board calendar to move to committees and, continue with our monthly business meeting, and that would begin in earnest in October. We'll begin the committees now, this is our overlap month, and then we will begin in October. Good?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not ready. I was waiting for. So, I didn't, I'm having to process what I'm hearing, and I would ask if we could vote on this next time, because nothing that I've read from the answer today would have me conclude that by buying into committees, that there would only be one board meeting a month. We have a lot of business that we attend to, we've had really long meetings, and so based on that experience, I don't know how we got to the place where we are about to vote on only having one meeting, when all the other topics that we normally cover, they haven't gone anywhere. All we've done is taken 3 topics and formed those out. I'm struggling, and I'm asking, rather than vote on something here at first hearing, that we take the opportunity to think about it. That's what we said we would do. There's nothing in writing that I've seen coming into tonight, and you will correct me if I'm wrong. Why would I vote on something that I'm hearing for the first time?
I thought we discussed this in depth in our school board retreat. And, I've talked about it a lot. I thought we discussed it in the last meeting. But when we discussed it in depth, I mean, several times at the school board retreat.
And see, there was a lot of discussion about that too. So, I mean, I'm sorry. About this policy, because that's putting 2 extra meetings on me every month. Along with these meetings, I don't mind, because trying to have kids. But my thing is, it's just, I'm sorry. Every week, every other week, we have to meet and, or committee, and then if everybody don't show up, so then,
So there has to be 3 committee members to have the meeting.
And then I believe the goal is that we would each attend a committee meeting each month. We would go to your committee meeting, and then we would still have our regular meeting. So you're not gonna be attending any additional meetings, there's gonna be 2 meetings a month, because there's 2 meetings a month now. But instead of this meeting, you'll be going to a committee meeting. Is that correct? So no additional meetings. Just you would speak in depth, you would learn more in depth and study the policy more.
I see right there, we just gotta, see this, then it's explained to us, it's only 2, but at first it wasn't explained to us. Where it was explained is you're gonna have to do meetings on top of the other 2 meetings. See, we're getting half information for these information, not all at once. That's why I'm with Dr. Johnson, to vote on something that you don't have a full comprehension of what's going on. Next, it's very difficult to vote.
I thought that, Dr. Gunnar said that we were going to do 1 meeting, a regular session, and then we had a committee meeting, so that to me sense. Instead of having 2 meetings where we're all together, 1 meeting we would be together, and then the other meeting, I guess I would be with, Dr. Johnson, Mrs. Whitford, and then we're all, I guess, doing that, we'll be on the budget. So I would want to see you guys respond. Right.
It's just say we just, like I said, we just discussed this tonight. I'm just saying, you saying we discussed this earlier, we did not. It was mentioned, but we did not discuss it in depth.
I think we have a motion on the floor, so I guess we'd have to vote on this and then have to, we can either rescind it and then wait until next month to start next month.
So let's go ahead and finish the motion on this, unless, does anyone else have a question? There's a motion and second for these, committee appointments.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So what about the disciplinary cases, whatever, that we have twice a month? So that we can have 1 meeting with this many kids?
Only if the discipline committee, it will go to the staff, and they, if the parents can then appeal it to Dr. Miller. And then if they want to appeal Dr. Miller's decision, it would go to the discipline committee. Only if the discipline committee, if I understand correctly, is not unanimous, then it would come to us.
There could be some meetings, I guess, that we don't have any disciplinary cases.
Yes.
Please do, please do, here.
And so the other thing that policy does is it makes it 45 days is handled, so 10 days, up to 10 days is handled at the school level. The 45 day suspensions are handled at the school board level with the hearing officer, Dr. Ady. And then the only thing that would come to the discipline committee is the long-term, like the expulsions and the readmissions.
To the permanent expulsion.
Yes.
This time,
Yes.
so from my earlier, I've been very patient, okay, on Gold Star. With regard, I support committees, period. I do want to state, so that it's in the record, it's important to me that I do take issue with the discipline committee being the only one whose decisions are binding. I feel strongly that and we've already voted, I just want to be on record, that it's the only committee that I would agree with we put in place where they make the decision if it's unanimous. And I can live with it, but I don't think that that is proper protocol. I think that the recommendations should come to this board and, maybe we can consider that. If I may, please stop me, but I just looked through the minutes. I recall us, that I don't see anything in the minutes that indicate that what was described here for this process was discussed last time. I think it had been discussed in the minutes, and I read them quickly and on vacation. So I ask that you give me grace because it's there. I don't see it. I will acknowledge that I recall us having a discussion at the retreat, but we didn't make any decisions there. Having a discussion at the retreat does not equate to me being fully informed as a board member that they can vote on something that I haven't heard described in this board before. But, you know, I'm okay to, I'm okay to call.
And like I said, you know, these committees are not actually stone, and if we do these for several months and we decide we hate this, then we will approve the rest.
I don't even know, see, Miss Handy, by her job, I don't think it'd be pretty hard for her to get by 5:30. So that committee might have.
We will work with people's schedules. We want everyone to be, everyone participating, everyone to be included. Motion and a second to, are we going to amend the board schedule?
Yes.
All in favor? Opposed?
No.
Please, hold on.
Mr. Slidell?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Dr. Johnson?
No.
Mr. Neal?
Yes.
Mr. Whiteford?
Yes.
Ms. Bowman?
Yes.
Mr. White?
No,
And Mr. Hurd?
Yes. Motion passes. Next up, we have the MOU with the National Council Group. Are there any questions about that? I believe we've had that in place for several years. Is there any? Oh, we'll make a
Yes,
motion.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the MOU, as presented, of the CG.
Second.
Thank you. There's a motion and a second to approve the MOU with National Council Group. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Next up, we have the MOU with the Community Services Board. Is there a motion to approve the MOU with the Community Services Board?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the MOU with the Community Service Board as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Motion and a second to approve the MOU with the Community Services Board. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. School board members' comments. Mr. Spidey.
I just wanted to say that I'm happy that the first day of school went off good, and Dr. Moore said they didn't have any kids that had trouble finding their way home, so that's always a bonus. That's very good.
They were ready, so they have.
Dr. Johnson.
I just want to wish everyone, I hope, that everyone has a blessed school year. I'm excited. I know that there will always be bumps in the road, but I'm just so grateful that we have the administrators, the teachers, and staff that we have, and I hope that we have a safe year as well. That's all I have.
Thank you. Ms. Williams.
I just want to say happy first day of school to everyone. And thank you to Huntington Elementary for hosting us tonight. And a humongous thank you to Dr. Miller for an amazing first 100 days and an amazing comprehensive report on that first 100 days.
It's been very exciting. I've heard nothing but wonderful things about the convocation meeting and the structure of that and the ribbon cutting last week at the Aerospace Academy. That was phenomenal and so exciting for those kids. And I just want to welcome our new staff people. If you get a chance, talk with Dr. Garrison and Mr. Minus. Tennis. Thank you for coming. That's all I have.
I had an opportunity last week to go to the open house to host the schools up north, and just to see the smile face and everybody seems to be excited. Had some people discuss some things, and I was glad to listen to them and try to find out information for them. But I'm happy for the first day went well. Thank you for Dr. Miller and Dr. Beatty for the presentation that you all put together tonight. 100 day, I think we're moving in front of a successful year, And I'd like to thank Mr. White for allowing me to borrow his iPad this evening, as mine is with the
I also would like to second everything everybody said, especially the staff. It took you all a lot to come in and stay with all the people and the kids. And like I said, Dr. Miller, and I thank y'all for the presentation. And like I said, we're here for the children. Hopefully we have a safe year. And if they need us, just tell them to contact the board. And I mean, we're here for the kids. Thank you.
Just want to wish everybody a productive and safe school year.
Mr. Neal?
I just want to say welcome back to school, everybody, and again, thank you all the presenters, all of you did a fantastic job, and the explanations behind what you presented helped me tremendously, but I still feel like I needed it in some things, some of the dialogue. Thank you again.
No one's come up for public comment, so the board will adjourn a closed meeting.
Madam Chair, I move that the school board convene to a third reading of 5 personal matters for discussion as permitted under subdivision 8.1 of subsection 2.2-3711 of the Code of Virginia, consisting of the following: 1 long-term substitute contract, 6 specified resignations, 2 declined contracts, 2 status changes, and 5 substitute appointments. Second.
Thank you. Motion is second to go into closed session. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You're now in closed session.
That's all I see.